Xian and Jung-su's bed escapades have stirred up quite a bit of controversy online. While some see it in a negative light, others believe it's no big deal. Just as international fans are divided, Korean netizens are also split in their opinions. Besides the reactions to the new lovebirds, there are also plenty of rumors circulating about the cast members, which I'll be addressing in this video. If this video gets too long, I'll cut it short and continue in another video. And as always, please remember to watch the ads without skipping to support me, like the video, share and subscribe, thank you. Netizens have mixed feelings about the participants in this season of Singles Inferno. A few rumors have been making the rounds, and here's what's being said. Many viewers feel that nearly everyone on the show is either an influencer or an aspiring one, that it's obvious just by checking out their IGs. They've even alleged that it's not just the women, but many of the men are also there to build their personal brands. For instance, Theo reportedly hopes the exposure will help boost his club business, that Jong-hun is on the show to promote himself and gain followers. Jang-su reportedly wants to raise his profile to increase the value of his artwork, and that Theo is looking to gain recognition as an actor, while Jong-hun has been suspected to be aspiring to become an influencer. A commenter said this in Theo's defense: "It's obvious that all of them have an agenda being on the show only to boost their career. It's been 4 seasons already, I wish people have caught up on it already and just enjoy the show." Interestingly, among all the contestants, Jang-su is considered the most genuine by Korean netizens because he's already established in his career. Many believe he joined the show simply to showcase how attractive and desirable he is, ha. I have to say that I sort of agree with netizens on that point about Jang-su. My opinion about him changed a lot after episodes 7 and 8. These last 2 episodes revealed more of his vulnerable sides, which leads me to believe that he's been seriously misunderstood on this show, and here is why I think so. When you join a dating show and are serious about finding a partner, you need to explore all your options. Putting all your eggs in one basket can be risky, so taking the time to connect with different people, while being honest and respectful of them, is important. I believe that is exactly what he's been doing all along, and in his bid to treat all the ladies with respect while being honest with his feelings, he's been tagged a bad guy. I actually feel that after Jong-hun, he is the second person taking this show more seriously and looking into the future. More than anything, I think Jang-su is a people pleaser, and people like that are often misunderstood. That's the situation he's facing right now. First, he showed interest in Xian, then, he was drawn to Hae-jin, after that was A-rin. When having a chat with Hae-jin, she told him he was confusing her and sending mixed signals, and he clarified that he was more drawn to Xian. But after their conversation, he requested to still communicate with her because he didn't want things to be awkward between them. He clearly wasn't trying to lead her on, but sadly, his habit of pleasing burned him badly. Then, when he had his conversation with A-rin, he clearly told her he was into her but that he was feeling Xian more. I think that was pretty clear enough. However, the problem there was when he added that Xian was on his mind. This was just his way of emphasizing how much he was thinking about Xian more, but it ended up making things seem ambiguous, confusing both A-rin and even the panelists. Also, when he said he needed to go to bed but hesitated to just get up and leave while they were still talking, I think he was simply trying to be polite. Unfortunately, this was also misunderstood. Another problem is that he tends to hesitate a lot, which sometimes makes it seem like he's lying. Jang-su is a very affectionate guy, and I believe him when he says he struggles with multitasking. I think once he finally decides on someone, I think he'll be completely focused on that person. In the end, A-rin seemed to have cut things off with him through that conversation, and he must have sensed it. Even though she is his ideal type, he already knew she was more drawn to Jong-hun. That's why I believe he's fully giving up on her and will be choosing Eugene for his next paradise date. I think next episode is about to get very interesting. Check out their double date with Jung-su and Xian. The person standing next to Jang-su is wearing the exact same dress that Eugene wore in Inferno, which clearly means they'll be in paradise together. Will this date spark some romantic tension between them? Jang-su's decision to choose Eugene shows that he's actually quite consistent. During the campfire night, when he was asked who he'd like to go to paradise with, he said Eugene. Also, did you all notice after Eugene had that super funny robot talk with Theo, when she stepped out of the room to get some water, she acted cute and said something funny? The first person to react was Jang-su. He even asked if she was drunk and said she was funny. It seems like they're very comfortable around each other. They both aren't romantically connected to each other right now, so I wonder if this paradise date will change anything for them. Based on the trailers, it seems Jang-su will treat her really well, which will make Shi-in jealous and longing to have him back on her leash. LOL. If I'm being honest though, it's so draining to date a people pleaser. It could feel like hell on earth, so I hope he changes this behavior before finding a serious partner, and that's if this is how he truly is in real life. One commenter said, a guy who really came on the show because he likes women. So he just treats all the women well. Shocking. The commenter was implying that he flirts with all of them rather than pursuing a sincere relationship. Personally, I think he was just weighing his options, but I'll admit he messed up a couple of times. LOL, but there's nothing wrong in exploring his options on a dating show. That being said, I'd still love to see Eugene in paradise with Dong-ho as well. Their conversation when she told him she deserved a fair chance because she was the only one who hadn't been to paradise with him yet really stood out to me. It made me hopeful that Dong-ho might be open to the idea. But then, in the trailer for the next episode, Eugene was talking to Dong-ho and she said, I initially wanted to go to paradise with you. This could mean that something happened and she changed her mind, and might no longer pursue Dong-ho. If that happens, then good for her. Let's be real, there's no doubt that Dong-ho truly likes A-rin. Those two even talked about marriage. LOL. But, as I always say, Heelin is a formidable force and it will be challenging for A-rin to win over her. Although Dong-ho looks at A-rin with so much affection, but he also did the same with Heelin in the car. If Heelin wins the women's game and has the final paradise date with him, it might be game over for A-rin. However, if the date is with Eugene, then it's fair game for A-rin. But who knows, maybe him and A-rin will get a chance to go to paradise again. If they do, then it's game over. Next is Jong-hun. Guys, I've seen comments like, if Jong-hun actually did something, Hae-jin might get more screen time too, but he's just sitting there like a rock. Hahaha. My stomach hurts from laughing too hard from these comments. Another one said, he is literally just sleeping through the whole thing, laughing my mother effing ass off. Some of the comments are wild and not funny, so please buckle up as we enter a different dimension. Guys, there's been so many rumors and speculations about him, and honestly, his lack of motivation on the show isn't helping his case. Think about it, a guy that came late into the show, a game changer, who's supposed to hinder an already existing relationship or form a fresh connection with one of the unpaired ladies, is just there laying in bed with no screen time. What other publicity is better than being the guy that swoops in to save one of the damsels in distress of Inferno loneliness? LOL. But instead, he joins the long queue of men waiting for Shi-an's attention. He isn't even trying to engage the other ladies, which is so annoying. He doesn't seem to be into anyone except Shi-an, even when it's painfully clear that he has no chance with her. These are just my thoughts, but what are netizens saying? Recently, netizens dug up an old social media post from Jong-hun, and it's been making waves in online communities. Jong-hun, who is the co-chairman of Wajyeojeong, wrote a post about running a pocha. A pocha is similar to a street bar. Quick disclaimer guys, my Korean isn't perfect, so I sincerely apologize for any mistranslations. Feel free to add corrections or details in the comments. So, he was inviting people to visit his street bar in his post. Here's a rough translation of what he wrote. Hello, I'm on Jong-hun, the CEO of Jang. I was lucky to get the opportunity to create a great space with great people. Honestly, I never imagined I'd end up running a pacha, considering I can't even drink well and I'm not particularly outgoing. For over 10 years, I've only been coaching fitness. I'll be at the pub from Monday to Saturday, and we plan to stay open year-round. Come by often. For reservations, DM me etc. One netizen analyzed that the official registered owner of Jang is actually someone named Shinbom. This has fueled speculation that Jong-hun is not the head of these businesses but someone else. Some even called him a figurehead CEO, that the true owner remains behind the scenes. A netizen said, "I knew something felt off. He's just a puppet CEO, lol." Another one said male catfish Jong-hun is just being used as promotional model, a front man used for marketing purposes. What are your thoughts on this? Jong-hun confirmed on the show that he runs 2 restaurants in the same building, one serving Hong Kong fusion cuisine and the other a Japanese restaurant in the basement. However, netizens are speculating that him appearing on the show was more about promoting this business rather than genuinely looking for love. Jong-hun is into fitness and was a commercial model for the Musclemania Grand Prix in 2018. Additionally, there's talks about him mentioning in an interview about the unique way he got casted for the show. According to the news, one of the producers scouted him while visiting his restaurant. Sounds pretty cool, right? Just to be clear, I'm not presenting these rumors as facts, I'm simply sharing the latest updates about the members to you guys as always. Based on all these discoveries, some K-netizens have questioned the mismatch between his on-screen persona and his real-life background. One person commented, "Jong-hun pretending to be all innocent is so cringe." Another says, "LOL, running 2 bars in Gangnam. He's definitely dealt with all sorts of crazy customers and partied plenty. But on TV, he's suddenly acting all soft and shy, lol." Another said, "Isn't this just another case of someone using a dating show for business promotion?" Others wondered if he even has time for a serious relationship. The fan commented, "Jong-hun is looking for love and new customers," while another said, "If he's running 2 bars, does he even have time to be in a relationship?" And of course, some netizens went in on him. WTF lol, has there ever been a catfish like this in the show's history? To which another responded that he's not even a catfish but a flounder laughing my ass off. Another commenter said, "Isn't Jong-hun the most irrelevant contestant in singles Inferno history? Even more invisible than Ha-bin from season 3. Another person said that production must be regretting paying him even a cent. OMG guys, what do you all think about all the Jong-hun rumors and speculations? Personally, I think some of the comments are a bit too strong, though I understand the viewers' frustrations. He joined the show through an elimination process, and the numbers of men to women aren't even balanced, but still, he isn't making any moves, which is so disappointing. I was holding out hope for him, but now I just feel hopeless lol. Ultimately, I think we all can agree that singles Inferno is for entertainment first before love. Once you accept this, you can really relax and enjoy the show, ha ha ha. Now, let's talk about Theo. Theo's friendship with Eugene has been one of the most refreshing dynamics on the show. Everyone is raving about their moment in the room when he was helping her through gaining confidence to confess to Dongo. I'm just glad she could still be herself after some of them treated her so badly and ignored her. It seems she lost her brightness for a bit, but thank goodness she's bouncing back. It's also nice to see her friendship with Ha-rin as well. Anyways, back to her relationship with Theo. At this point, we already know that these two would not develop any romantic feelings towards each other during the show, because they've gotten so close to a level where they now give each other relationship advice lol. But, what if we get the biggest plot twist that somehow, these two chose each other after the show? They'll definitely make a great couple. Anyways, the fact that he refused to consider other ladies is actually making many more people question his authenticity on the show. I mentioned these concerns in my last video, but here's what netizens have to say. One netizen wrote, Theo is clearly acting. His agency probably coached him on how to play his role. He didn't choose the prettiest girl, but he chose the most popular one. That way, his straightforward pursuit would stand out more. If he successfully wins her over, it benefits his image. If she chooses another guy, he still gets the devoted one-woman man image. And by being linked to the most popular contestant, he automatically gets more screen time. Some are even questioning whether his Hollywood aspirations are real, with one netizen commenting, "That's 100% BS. He is aimed at impressing foreigners. Realistically, he just wants to boost his Instagram followers, get calls from K-dramas or love films, and use that as a stepping stone to appear on variety shows like I Live Alone, for more exposure." Another person chimed in, "People who don't understand the industry keep saying Theo isn't acting. But contestants with agencies all get coaching before appearing on screen. Theo isn't a model, he's an actor. This show is crucial for his career. That's why he came in with that concept from the start." Someone else added, "Not hating on Theo, but there's definitely a script." And this one made me laugh. Theo's issue is that he doesn't actually like Xian, he likes the idea of himself liking Xian. You can tell he's constantly aware of how he looks on camera. Guys, Theo is officially the first member to hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Whatever he's doing is clearly working for him. Although I have to add that when he first set his sights on Xian, he had no idea she would become the most popular contestant. So, I'll give him credit for that. Plus, let's be honest, his dramatic energy can be a lot. Even when you know he's being extra, it's still captivating. Also, can Theo please stop giving Xian plastic flowers? If he does it again, I might actually faint lol. After watching his conversation with Xian when she returned from paradise with Jang-su, it was obvious that he knew something had changed. She was awkward and looked hella guilty. Anyway, I'll be discussing Xian in my next video, so please look forward to it. What are your thoughts on netizens' reactions to the participants mentioned in this video? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and like the video.